do, what it do, what it do. Let me wait for some more people to get in this bitch. We just went live. We live on the YouTube. We're live on the Gram. And I believe we're live on the TikTok. It's popping. DeMarcus, my boy, was good. Was good. What's going on, man? Just chopping it up with y'all real quick. You dig, you dig. We trying to see who are these random people who be trying to invite you to the live. Like, I don't know y'all niggas. I ain't with that shit. It always be TikTok with the random people trying to get you. Nah, I do not know y'all, bro. What the fuck? Oh, what's his name in here? My guy. Hey, are you going to I was about to ask you, are you going to what's his name's thing in New York? He's shooting a little short film. Are you about to slide to that joint? Are you about to slide? He said sometime this month. I might have to slide to that joint. He said he might have a role for me as like a security guard or some shit. But I was already gonna like visit New York this month anyway. So I'm trying to like see what his schedule is looking like so I can make it work. Cause that sounds like a lot of fun. Give me a chance to work on my acting chops, you feel me? You dig? And I was gonna hit you too so we can do like another podcast. I got some more topics and questions I definitely want to tap into and discuss too. Outside of like acting and shit like that. So we gotta definitely connect. Oh yeah, new podcast coming this Sunday, y'all. By the way, it's been a minute since I did a podcast. It's been like almost 2 months, and people been DMing me asking me why I haven't done one. And the main thing is really like I'm someone who's all about like quality, and I don't just like to put out stuff just to say I put out stuff at this point. I want to make sure I get people to like, where we're gonna have like genuine conversations that I feel like are gonna give value. Like I don't just want to just do a podcast and do a podcast. But lately I done lined up a couple guests who like are creators and like doing their thing who like I genuinely want to sit down and have conversations with. So this Sunday evening, either Sunday evening or Sunday night, I'm gonna have the podcast out. New guest, he's into like the fitness space and stuff like that. And I think it'll be good. Do you think Tariq is going over the force? I mean, it's pretty much already confirmed. Like, if you've seen the little, what you may call it, the little post credit scene at the end of Ghost. I mean, they kind of gave it away, and then they just confirmed that him and Tommy are getting a show. So that tells you all you need to know. When will the final season of Force be shown? I don't know. They said this fall, but like I've said before, I don't really trust stars. They just be saying shit sometimes. So like, you kind of just gotta wait and see when they put it out. If I were to guess, I would say sometime like late December. No, not late December, like late September, early August. Somebody said off topic, who's a better player, Draymond or Ron Artest? I go with Draymond. Uh, da, 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 da. What's your thoughts on Breeze? It's kind of late for that question, but I don't really got too much to say about Breeze. We only seen him for literally like 3 minutes, so we didn't even see enough of the character for me to genuinely like craft an opinion. Do you think Kane is in Chicago with his cousins? We might get a Tejada appearance. Mm, I don't know for real, man. I don't know. I'm not sure that we even see Woody again or Kane's character again. To be honest with you, like it really just depends on what they want to do for real and what the budget looking like because it ain't gonna be cheap. So Force is coming back with Tariq in it. I didn't say all that. All I said is he's supposed to make an appearance. I don't know if he's gonna just come back right with him in it, but he's gonna make an appearance for sure. He's definitely gonna be in it. Ooh, Tommy Egan is gonna crush everyone. Yeah, I mean that's usually the case though. Tommy don't really be taking L's like that, bruh. You feel me? Especially in his own TV show, and we know he's confirmed for it. Like I feel like a lot of people probably didn't peep, but Joseph Secor did a video like almost a year ago when they was still shooting for season three. He literally made a video and he said, "Force is coming to an end. Tommy's journey isn't over." So like that's a direct spoiler to let you know that he's not gonna die. So once I seen that shit, I was like, yeah, he's not gonna die, and he's probably gonna be in a show with Tariq. I've been saying the show with Tariq was gonna happen over a year, like because people don't know, but like I've only been doing content for like a year and a half. I started like last March, but like even before then, I was telling my friends like off social media, like Tommy and Tariq are gonna get a show together because it just makes the most sense. So now that we see it come into fruition, I'm very excited about that. I'm very happy. Um, what did they say? When is Force coming? I don't know. They said this fall. That's all the information. Like, here's the thing. Like, I yes, I do be making the content, but like, I don't know any more information than like you guys know. Like, I feel like some people be like asking me, like they be DMing me and like hitting me in the comments, and they be like, "Bro, when's this coming out?" I'm like, "Bro, I have the same amount of information that you have. The only difference is like I might see stuff faster because like people send me shit." But like, if Stars or like a credible source doesn't put out any information regarding the show, I would not speak on any situation. Like, if you see me say something, it's because it's been confirmed by someone who I deem to be credible. I would never just come out and say, "This is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is coming out at this time." I never do that because my credibility is very important to me. So I don't say shit unless it's valid. Tommy doesn't die. Everything he loved does. Ooh, that's a bar. That's a bar. He said the power oracle. That's funny. We need a new season of Force. Yeah, it's funny. Some people were talking about that in my Instagram group chats today. They were saying we ain't seen Force since like 2023. So it's been a cool 2 years. But here's the thing though, I've gotten used to this. Like if you guys have noticed, the TV industry has very much changed, y'all. Like it's not how it used to be. Remember growing up? Well, I don't know how old most of you guys are, but I'm 25. When I was growing up, like TV shows would come out every 6 months to a year. And they would have shows, they would do like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 episodes. Bro, nowadays, shows come out every 2, 3 years and they be doing like 6 to 10 episodes, which is crazy to me. Crazy to me. You know what I mean? Everything has kind of changed. So you just got to be patient. I also think the business aspect of of television has changed. Somebody said the pandemic messed everything up. I don't think it's the pandemic. I think it's just money because I've done a lot of reading in like what you call it, just research on like the acting industry and like things of that nature. And one thing that's really big in acting right now or in the acting industry is like the actors want to get paid. And when I say get paid, I don't just mean like they get money to do the role. They want back end money, like residuals. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of actors from like hit TV series that you've seen as a kid, and they're not making money. Like the people from Drake and Josh, bro. I seen their interviews. They said they're not getting no residuals. No residuals. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine being on a hit TV show like Drake and Josh that's generating millions of dollars every single year and you're not getting a dime of that? So I think that aspect and just the whole business aspect of TV and film delays a lot of TV. Like you got to get lawyers involved. Well, lawyers have always been involved, but even more so now because they're asking for more. Did you like BMF when it first came out? Hell yeah. I keep saying this, like people see my content on BMF now and they say that I'm hating, but the reality is I don't hate on anything. Like I feel like people on the internet confuse my opinion with me hating. And I think a lot of people are emotional. So like when I say something that they don't agree with or their opinions differ from mine, they just automatically jump to like, oh, you're hating. No. I've been one of those people who said BMF started out pretty good. The first season of BMF was pretty fucking good. I actually really enjoyed it. And then since then, it's just gotten progressively worse. You know what I mean? That's just the truth. And there's some people that may disagree with me. That's cool. I'm mad at those people. They might like that. They might like a lower quality of television. But I know like low quality TV when I see it. I know low quality effort in acting and production when I see it. BMF is a low quality show. It has a relatively smaller budget compared to other shows. That's the truth. That's just the truth. Somebody said, "What's up with you and MagPad show?" I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. Um, what position you play in basketball? I'm positionless. I mean, I'm not a professional or nothing. I just play like pickup, bro. I just play pickup. But basketball is like it's positionless. Like if you go and run pickup basketball, no one's like there's no positions. But I'm only 6'2". So if I were to play, I'd be a point guard or a shooting guard. Well, I'm way too small to be a shooting guard. I'd probably just be a point. Um, but I'm a little bit more like bulky and muscular than your average point guard. I follow you from Morocco. Big fan of Power. I read the 48 Power of Laws. This is why I love this show. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a big fan of the 40 Laws of Power as well. I read that shit um around the same time that I started getting into power. But I've also read like all of Robert Greene's books, like The Art of Seduction, and he has a couple other books. Um, I like to read a lot actually, but the 48 Laws of Power to me isn't even his best book. Like he has better books than 48 Laws of Power, and it's funny because I'm glad you said that. I always hear people say like, "Oh, the 48 Laws of Power is common sense," blah 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 blah. Anybody can read that, but very few people actually implement any of this stuff from that book into real life. Like it's very rare that I see people actually use any of those laws in real life and actually implement that shit. I don't care how long the book's been out. That book can change your life if you implement the right strategies. Someone said is goes back. Y'all just be asking some shit, bro. Y'all just be asking some shit. Y'all just be saying shit. Y'all just be saying shit. Uh Golden Boy was happening. Hey, bro, I seen you. I seen you at the court on the live the other day. I seen you bricking. What's going on, man? We gotta do a one-on-one training session so I could get that jumper right. We gotta do a training session, bro. We gotta get to work. Fact, some people don't have the intelligence to implement it in real life. I'll take it a step further. Most people, I would say 75 to 80% of people don't have the intelligence to actually internalize and implement the information that they get on a daily basis. Like somebody said this, they were like, I was watching a podcast and somebody was like, the majority of people who watch this podcast are not watching for education, they're watching for entertainment. So they'll watch the podcast, they'll feel good about themselves. And then the next day they go back and do the same shit they was doing the last 6 months. And it's like, damn. He said, let's 1v1. I don't think you want that, Brody. I don't think you want that smoke, bro. I don't think you want that. I'm a shooter for real. Like I'm a shooter for real. And I I'm a little bouncy too. I'm a little bouncy. What's good, gang? What's happening? What's happening? What shows you be watching when power not on? Ooh, so I've been watching this show called good question by the way. I've been watching this show right now called Severance. Um on Apple TV. Really, really good. Like it's a mind fuck. It's very different than like power. It's nothing like power. Like It's a much more, how do I explain? It makes you think a lot more. You know what I mean? It's a lot more like intellectual show, but it's really good. It's on Apple TV. I don't want to like explain the plot because it's going to spoil it, but it's really, really good. Severance actually made me really think about life so vastly differently, bro. Like watching that show has changed my whole mindset on like the corporate world, the business world, just life in general. If you watch that show, you'll really be like, wow, what the fuck? Like, it'll change your perspective. Let's do it again on stream. I'm with all the smoke, brother. Bro, that'd be lit. It depends what area you're in, though. I'm in the DMV, so I don't know. I don't know. If, I doubt you're in the DMV, but like, I would definitely be down. In fact, we got to do like a podcast, bro. I got to get you on the pod so we can have like a what's it called? An extended conversation, like chop it up, talk about content, et cetera, et cetera. I've been lining up a bunch of people, so I'm definitely trying to get you on if you're down. Talk about content and a whole bunch of other shit. What was your favorite show when you were a kid? Naruto. Naruto. I I say this again. People think Power is my favorite show. Power is not my favorite show. It's one of them. It's one of them. But I understand like Power is a very viral show and it's like an easy show to get views. So like I'll be spamming it, but it's not my favorite. Like Naruto, Naruto is my favorite show. Naruto's my and I'm in oh you in New York. Ooh, okay, yeah, we definitely can link up, bro. I'm actually gonna be in New York sometime later this month. Um, one of my guys, he was like a extra character on Raising Cane, and he's doing like a short film sometime this month in August. In August, yeah, I think he's doing it in Manhattan. So I'm gonna be up there for like at least a couple of days. So we could definitely link up and do some shit. But we could definitely do the podcast too. I'll DM you when I get off the live. We could set something up this week for real. Um, Power isn't better than The Wire. I am mad at that. A lot of people regard The Wire as the greatest show ever. I wouldn't go that far, but it's definitely up there. I am mad at that. There's nothing to watch on right now. The shy is ass, Power on BMF ass. I need something to watch. Here's the thing. People say that, but there's a plethora of content out there. There's actually more content now out there than ever before. People are just very picky with what they want to watch. The problem, y'all, is like, and I have this issue too. Like, usually when someone recommends me a TV show, it's usually trash. So I don't watch a lot of TV, and I just like I be working. I be spending my time making content and like working on business shit and a whole bunch of other stuff. But like, there's a lot of good TV shows, bro. Um, if you're, it depends what you got to tell me like the genre that you're in, and I can point you in the right direction. You know what I mean? Because everybody likes different things. So I don't want to say, oh, watch this, and you might not be into that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I might recommend you like an action show, but you don't like action. So it very much depends on what genre you're looking for. Um, but you let me know, and I point you in the right direction, or movies too. What was the show on Apple TV you said was good? It's called Severance. I think it's Apple TV. There's a couple shows on Apple TV I could point you to, bro. Uh, I'm watching a show right now on Apple TV that just dropped. It's called Chief of War, starring Jason Momoa, the dude who played Aquaman. That show is really good. They dropped like 2 episodes. There's another show that I watched on there with Jake Gyllenhaal. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. Let me find that shit. Jake Gyllenhaal, Apple TV show. It's called Presumed Innocent. Jake, if y'all know Jake Gyllenhaal, he's a phenomenal actor. He's one of my favorites. He has a very good show called Presumed Innocent, where he's falsely accused of some shit and it gets real deep. That's a good show. There's another show called Defending Jacob with Chris Evans, the dude who played Captain America. Another great show. Apple TV got a couple hits that like nobody knows about, and that's just Apple TV. I can go on further. Uh, what is Severance about? Damn, I got a lot of questions here. He says Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, I actually have it on my list, bro. A lot of people have been recommending me Sons of Anarchy. So I'll tap in. For Power, Top Boy, and the Shy fans, what do you recommend? If you are into the whole crime show stuff, there is a show, a UK show called Gangs of London. I guarantee you this show is on Power level. I promise you. It might be better than Power, and people are gonna feel some type of way about this. Watch Gangs of London, bro. If you Gangs of London is like a UK version of Power, except it's way more action packed, it's way more dramatic, and it's way more intense. Like every episode is like every episode. And they got 3 seasons. The last season they just dropped was nuts. Like that's one that I highly recommend. What is Severance about? I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Severance is a show about a group of people who work a 9 to 5, but they are what they call severed, which means when they go to work, they don't remember any details about the job, who they work with, what they do, anything, right? And then once they leave work, they regain consciousness of where they was at before they went into work. So essentially, they're working a job where they don't know anything about. They agree to get severed, and they're pretty much on a mission to kind of figure out where they work and shit like that. I'll leave it at that. You decide if you want to go. I heard about the Snowfall spinoff. I seen they're in production already. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really want that, bro. It like I don't want to see a spinoff with Wanda, and I just don't. I just don't have. I don't think she's a strong enough actor or actress or character to carry her own spinoff. That's just my opinion. She might prove me wrong, but unless that cast is star-studded, which I'm pretty sure it's not, I'm just not interested. I'll probably watch the first episode and see what's up, but I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of faith in that show. The Power spinoff, legit. There's a bunch of Power spinoffs. Oh, you're talking about the new ones? Yeah, the two ones they announced are legit. You said Top Boy, Gangs of London. Um, is Power Legacy actually coming? Yeah, it's confirmed. It's coming. It's in the talks. So like they're in the writers' room right now. The show has not been officially greenlit, which means like they're not greenlit to start shooting, but they're in the writers' room. They're pretty much making like a pilot, right? So like when a TV show gets proposed, they go into like almost a pre-production, which like they start writing a pilot episode. They write the pilot episode and then they pitch it to the network. If the network says cool, then they green light the show and then they start filming and then yeah, that's how it goes. So they're in that phase right now. And then yeah. So I'm pretty sure the show's gonna get greenlit sometime soon. We're just kind of waiting. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Da, 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 da. 24 episodes. No, Power Origins was greenlit for 18 episodes, but they didn't specify if that's going to be in 1 season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons. We don't know. Um, are you ready for Origins? I am. How did BMF get so ass? Season 1 had so much potential. The problem with BMF, bro, is that like it's not real. Like none of this shit happened. Like this, and here's the thing that kind of pisses me off about BMF. When people try to defend BMF, they're like, "Oh, BMF is better than such and such show because it's based off a true story." Bro, BMF is not based off any of the real events. They altered the fuck out of everything in that show to, you know what I mean? Like they're not trying to snitch on themselves. Number one, that's number one. Let's be anyone who's ever done anything questionable or illegal knows you're not about to rat on yourself on national television. So that's number one. They're not telling the true story of what was going on. And if you've seen this season of BMF, you can clearly tell that. They literally had the first episode, they had Meech come back from the dead off some like voodoo shit. That didn't happen. You know what I mean? And literally in the beginning of every BMF episode, they say it's loosely based off the truth. If they say loosely, that means it's not based off the truth. It's been completely, they've altered the entire story of BMF to make it entertaining. So yeah, it's goofy, bro. It's real goofy. Um, it's very unlikely that the first season is going to have 18 episodes. It's likely that the first season will have like 8 or 9, and then the following season will have 10, and then they'll kind of go from there. Is 50 trying to make BMF look whack? Okay, I'm glad you asked that question because I feel like this is something that people don't really understand. 50 does not control these shows. 50 does not own these shows. 50 is purely is used for marketing. Like 50 Cent is a huge name and a huge face that these platforms use to promote and push their shows. 50 does not have creative control over BMF or Power or any of these other shows. He has creative say, like because he's 50 Cent, he can be like, yo, we should do this, we should do that. But the network ultimately decides what is going to happen. If the network says, let's green light BMF for another season, it's gonna happen. 50 has zero control over that. So like when people try to like be like, oh, 50's doing this, 50 doing that. 50 don't got that kind of power. If 50 owned these shows, he would have took it to his own network by now and just ran it up. So I feel like a lot of people think that 50's in control. 50 is an executive producer, but the people don't understand like the word executive producer is a very flawed term because like you can be an executive producer and not actually do anything. Like an executive producer just means your name is on the credits. Like Courtney Kemp is an executive producer of like every Power show, but she hasn't been involved in Power for like the last 2 3 years. You feel what I'm saying? So like I could be an executive producer, and that just means I said, "Oh, we should do this. We should do that." That's all executive producer means. That just means he's getting credits for the show. That doesn't mean that he has like complete creative control. You know, you could have like 10, 12 executive producers on a TV show. So, yeah, just because someone's an executive producer doesn't necessarily mean that they have full creative control. Now, he's 50 Cent, so he has like influence. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he says some shit, they're going to listen to him. But ultimately, he doesn't dictate like where these shows are going to go. And this often happens when you pitch a show to a network. If you want a show to kind of take off, you kind of have to relinquish rights to the show to get the funding you need to like push the show forward. Like this is what happens with a lot of TV shows. Like it's nothing new. What day four is dropping? We don't know. I don't know. I have the same amount of information that you do. So please, for the people who keep asking when is Force coming, I don't fucking know. Ask stars, DM stars. No, I'm not watching The Shy. I have no interest in watching The Shy. That shit looks goofy. I've tried it. I've seen the clips, and I've had multiple people tell me that that shit is ass, and it looks ass. It just looks cheesy. Like for me, I don't need a lot of screen time to know if a show is good or not. All I need to do is see 30 minutes, and that'll tell me all I need to know. And The Shy just it looks goofy. And first of all, like majority of shows, bro, if they get to 7 seasons, yeah, yeah. Like, uh, when is Legacy coming? I don't know. There's been no confirmation of that. My brother keeps saying he want to watch it. Um, da da da. Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, it kind of goes back to what I say all the time, y'all. All right, let me block this nigga. He's wild. It kind of goes back to what I said before, like, bro, for me to actually sit down and take my time to watch a TV show, especially a show that has like multiple seasons already in the books, bro, that shit got to be fire. Like, I don't have time for that. You feel me? You know what I mean? Because it has to be content worthy too. Like, and if it's not good, if it's not a peak show, I'm not watching. So I like it's not worth it for me. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of shows that I've been watching from the very beginning, so like I've already been invested, so I'll keep watching. BMF is an example of that. Like if I had never watched BMF and like someone told me today that I should start watching B, I'd be like, fuck no. Like I wouldn't recommend anyone to start watching BMF now because you watch the first season, then you would just stop. But if you've already been watching from the beginning, I mean, you might as well keep going, right? Like you've already invested that time anyway. But I don't, nah, nah, nah. And I don't really take TV show recommendations from many people anymore because people always say a show is good and then it's not. Duda from The Shy is crazy. I know exactly who that is, and I've seen people try to compare him to Ghost, and I'm just like, ah. I'm just like, relax, relax, relax. The Shy is more drama oriented. It got that aspect to it, but it's not going to be like Power or Snowfall. I've seen a bunch of scenes and clips of BMF. I mean, of The Shy. My problem with The Shy mostly is that from what I've seen, the acting isn't good to me. Like the acting just isn't good. Like I'm not compelled by anything that I've seen from The Shy. Like there's a couple characters like a Duda in The Shy who are captivating, but overall, like there's the acting is not good. And again, everyone has different opinions on what they deem to be good acting, and that's why I think a lot of people like BMF and think the BMF is a great show because they think that the acting of BMF is good and they're used to like low quality shit. But like I know bad acting when I see it. Here's how I know acting is good. When you feel it here, right? Like when I watch certain shows, I feel it. I'm like, damn, that person really locked in. They're really locked in. I don't get that from BMF. I don't get that from The Shy. I don't get that from most shows. You know what I mean? And you could say that storyline and characters, but ultimately, like even if you have a bad storyline, if the acting is good, it makes up for it. And I don't think The Shy has that component, unfortunately. So that show would not be getting into my time. You feel me? I needed to get tapped back into anime. It's been a minute since I started a new anime. Actually, like I'm tired of TV shows right now. Anyway, I need to finish solo leveling. I don't know if you guys are into anime as well. I'm a bigger fan of anime than I am real TV. Like I used to only watch anime for like a good 2 years. I think from like 2020 to like 2022, bro. I was only watching like animes, bro. I was locked in to just straight animes. Um, in BMF, in BMF, when you watch Misha be angry, it feels like you're watching him pretend to be angry. Well, I think that's a good point. I mean, that's most actors. If you're if you're watching an actor or actress or performance and you feel like they're pretending, then they're not that good. That's because I've interviewed actors. I've literally had interviews of actors on my podcast. You can check my YouTube channel. And the number one theme that all actors say is acting is not pretending, like it's being present in the moment. Like actors don't act. What you see on screen is them being their true selves in the moment based on what's on the script and what that scene demands. So if you feel like they're pretending, they're probably not doing their job well. What is solo leveling about? It's called solo leveling. I believe it. I don't know if it's still on Amazon Prime, but I mean you can probably find it on like Crunchyroll or another platform like that. Um, it's kind of difficult to explain, to be honest. You really just gotta watch it. Um, but it's really good. It's like I would have to really go into like a detailed explanation, which would just spoil everything. But it has a very good concept, so I would tap it in. Who's the best actress in Power? I would say Patina Miller as of right now. Um, I don't think there's anyone who can really touch her as far as females in the Power universe. I think she blows it out of the water. She's phenomenal. Um, what genre of anime would you put it as? Mm, I'm not really sure because I feel like it touches a couple different spectrums. Let me see. Let me actually look it up. Uh, it says it's an action and fantasy, so I would say that's pretty. It's a isekai. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. It's a very much like a fantasy realm, like dimension type of thing. Uh, dark fantasy type of thing. Uh, yeah, it's that type of thing, adventurous type of shit. Find most anime sticks to 20-minute lengths like Bleach, so it's easier to get hooked. Well, I feel like most animes are usually about 20 minutes anyway. Bleach is one of my favorite animes. Bleach, Attack on Titan, and Naruto, peak, 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 peak. Especially Bleach. Like Bleach was, oh my god. If you was watching Bleach when it was coming out, bro, oh my god. That was dead ass like the best part of my childhood. I swear to God. I swear to God. The best part of my childhood were the animes that I was watching, bro. I used to run home after playing outside to hide in my room and watch Bleach because my parents didn't want me watching that shit. There's no Dragon Ball Z. I'm glad you said that, bro, because here's the thing about Dragon Ball Z, right? Don't get me wrong. Dragon Ball Z is a great anime, but it's so repetitive, bro. Like, you know what I mean? The the storylines are very much inconsistent. There's no plot points, there's no end game. Like it's just the same shit. Oh, beat this villain, power up to Super Saiyan 3, beat this villain, power up to Super Saiyan 4, beat this villain, find a whole new villain who's 100,000 times more powerful in another realm and dimension. It's like they just be dragging it. You know what I'm saying? They drag it too much. They drag it too much. That's my only problem with Dragon Ball Z. I love the concept of Dragon Ball Z, but it's very much repetitive. You know what I mean? Um, Death Note is definitely elite too. Death Note, I think Death Note was the very first anime I ever watched. If I'm not, I mean, does Yu-Gi-Oh count as an anime? I don't know. I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh's an anime. I think Yu-Gi-Oh might be more towards animated series. I don't know. You guys kind of yeah. Yeah, it'll probably be Yu-Gi-Oh then. Yu-Gi-Oh was probably the first one I watched then. Death Note was definitely elite though. I love anime, but I haven't found an anime that I fell in love with as much as Naruto. I'm sure it's been this time. Yeah, bro, you can't see. That's the thing, and I felt like this for a long time too. You can't compare anything to Naruto. Like Naruto was in. This is how I view things. You got Naruto, then you got a gap. Then it's like every other anime. So like I don't watch animes anymore and then compare like, oh, this isn't as good as Naruto because it's not gonna be as good. Bro, I tried to watch Boruto. I did not like that shit, bro. It made me so mad because I'm like, why did y'all do this? Like, I feel like Naruto is one of those shows that was so peak. You do not do a spin-off of that. And I feel like the longer, no, I'm Shippuden, Naruto Shippuden was fire. You tripping? Shippuden was fire. Shippuden was better than the original, in my opinion, because there was a lot more depth. There was a lot more depth. The problem with the original Naruto pissed me off because it just felt like he was chasing after Sasuke the whole time. You know what I mean? At least in Shippuden, he has like other interests and he has other arcs that don't focus on Sasuke. Where in the original Naruto, it's like, bro, you just thirsting after Sasuke the whole time. Like Sasuke don't want to be friends with you, nigga. Like leave that nigga alone. like, like let that nigga breathe. You know what I'm saying? You're his body. Um, but Shippuden was definitely fire, especially the last arc, the Shinobi War. Whoo, come on now. Come on now. Y'all tripping. Boruto was 75% filler trash. Yeah, that ass. The only time I watched Boruto was when I seen like that one battle between Naruto and Sasuke versus that like Momoshiki dude, and I just watched like the fight on YouTube. So you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't watching, but I was keeping up based on like social media, and people would tell me like, okay, they're at this point. But I never actually sat down and watched the episode to episode because the shit is ass. Like I don't care about Boruto. I just want to see Naruto and Sasuke. I don't care about these other kids' storylines. So I feel like that's why it doesn't really resonate with me. So I'm good off of that. Um, I've also been watching. I just caught up recently on the Thousand Year Blood War arc of Bleach because they've been animating it. Fire. Whoo. Straight heat, man. If you know, you know. If you know, you know the Thousand Year Blood War arc. Man, y'all don't know about that, man. I was reading the manga when it was coming out. I was reading the manga. I've been waiting for the Thousand Year Blood War arc for years. Years. When I read that shit for the first time, I was like, oh my god, if they animate this, it's gonna be peak. It's gonna be peak. And they're doing a great job right now. They're doing a great job. Um, the fight was dope, but they barely kept up. Yeah, they was getting whooped. They was definitely getting whooped. Are you happy with Yu Yu Hakush? I've never watched that. I'm not gonna hold you. I've never seen that. Somebody on the TikTok stream said, "Do you watch One Piece?" Look, I'm never watching One Piece. I'm gonna say this right now. Clip this, whatever, so nobody don't ever ask me again. I'm not watching One Piece, bro. That shit got too many episodes. Like that's an investment of time I just don't have. Like if One Piece ended for good, then I could be like, okay, I could start tapping in. But it's like it's too much, bro. I'm never gonna finish it. They keep I'm not trying to do that shit. Like nah. I can't fade. I can't fade. I can't fade. There's over 1,000 episodes. It's just too long for me. Like that's the only problem. Like if it was like a couple hundred, I could probably take a weekend and like really binge and like lock in and catch up in a couple weekends. But 1,000 plus episodes is like that's nuts. They doing too much. Um, Way too long, bro. There was one show that I was tapped into though, bro, and I kind of fell off on it. I need to like start from the beginning. Was Black Clover? Black Clover was fire. I was one of the first people to like get on Black Clover. Like when I seen it pop up on my Hulu, I got on it right away, and then I forgot where I was at. I think the Wizard King had gotten smoked, and then I just stopped watching because I was so mad. I was like, damn, y'all killed off the Wizard King, and then I stopped watching. But apparently he wasn't really dead, and he came back, so I got spoiled. But I'm gonna have to get back into that shit. Um, Somebody said when Ghost gonna back. Look, I it's 2025. When are y'all gonna look yourselves in the mirror and stop asking that dumbass question? When are y'all gonna stop asking that dumb shit, bro? Like, move on. That nigga Ghost is dead. I'm tired of talking about that shit. Move on. Why don't you DM Omari Hardwick and ask him when he's coming back? You would like WWH for sure. Man, I need to make a list with like a bunch of animes I need to tap into for real. It's been a minute. My thing with animes now is I'm in the tech space. So like I'm a very visual person. So if the anime is like old and it's not like high quality, high definition, high graphics, high level animation, I'm not gonna like I'm not gonna be as likely to watch it because the visuals just won't hit for me. You know what I mean? Especially with the way that the visuals are now. Um, Omar Hardwick himself will say that Ghost coming back would be a stupid ass idea. He dead. There's nothing more to do left for this story. Yeah. Even he's kind of said that chapter is closed. Like it can't be rewritten. I've seen him say that in a couple interviews. But people just can't. They won't accept it because they love bro too much. Um, have you ever watched The Wire or Breaking Bad? I've seen The Wire. I have seen Breaking Bad. I didn't see Breaking Bad till like 2022 though. Yeah, I think I watched it in like mid 2022, around that time. It was pretty good. I thought bro who played Walter White was like elite. Bryan Cranston, he's OD. I seen him in another show too, where he was a judge. I forgot what it was called. And like his son killed someone that was like a gangster or something. But he's a goat. He's a goat. Um, but yeah, I'm tapped in. Like most of the crime, the big crime TV shows, I've tapped into most of them shits. Like it's just a matter of, do I care to talk about it? What do you think is a good duo for Young Ghost and Tommy since Origins has been confirmed? Well, people keep asking me this, and my only response is that like I think they should just cast people that aren't known. Like I would hate for them to go cast well-known people. I feel like that defeats the purpose of like doing a young version of them. You know what I mean? Like go cast some talented actors that nobody knows. That to me would be the best. Because when you cast people that are well known, the expectations are a lot higher for them. Versus if you just cast some actors who are talented that aren't super well known, there's no expectations. Like, you know what I mean? They just come in and they do their thing and we just judge unbiasedly. But if you go cast like freaking Michael B. Jordan, like we're gonna expect him to kill it. If you don't kill it, we're gonna kill him. Versus if you just cast someone, that we don't know, I think it's better that way. Have you tapped into Godfather of Harlem? Heard it was decent, but nobody really talks about it. I seen the first season. I seen the first season. The first season was pretty good. I just never like kept watching to be honest. I don't know why. Like it was a pretty decent first season. I thought Forrest Whitaker was really good in that show. I mean, this Forrest Whitaker, like just him alone and his performances, um, will carry you through that first season. But I think the gap between the first and the second season was like 2 or 3 years. So like I was waiting so long that I was like, bro, I'm cool off of that. And then I just forgot about it. But I think they're like on season 3 or 4 now. And I also think they're getting a spin-off, low key. I think I heard rumors of a spin-off. So I haven't tapped back into it. I definitely need to though. Um, do you think they will cast the perfect person to play Ghost and Tommy? I mean, would that I feel like that's subjective to the individual, right? I mean, who is there such thing as a perfect casting? You know what I mean? It's hard to say. So I mean, I feel like it really just depends on opinion. Like I said, as long as they cast people who can actually act and not just some well-known people, I'll be cool with it. I'll be cool with it. And that's the fucking problem with TV shows. The 2 3 year gap kills the momentum. That's what I was saying at the beginning of my live, bro. I was talking about how like a few years ago, like they used to do shows used to do 15, 20 episodes, come out every 6 months to a year. Now it's 2 3 years. Now, granted, I will say if you're a show like Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon or even Power, you can get away with like being away for 2 3 years. But a show like Godfather or Harlem that's not as mainstream, you're not going to get away with taking a 2 3 year break. Like people are just going to stop caring. You know what I mean? And Forrest Whitaker on his own is not popular enough, even though he's talented enough. He's not popular enough as an actor for people to wait 2 3 years for his show. You know what I mean? It's like he ain't no Christopher Nolan. Like we ain't waiting for you, nigga. We not waiting for your ass. We're not waiting for you. Speaking of Christopher Nolan, bro, the amount of promo I've been seeing for this man Tom Holland's new Spider-Man movie, I, is this normal? I feel like I've never seen this much like press from Marvel. I don't know if I want to call it press, but like they did a video of him when he was about to film. They did a video of him showing the suit and they posted it on their platforms. And I just don't recall Marvel ever like hyping shit up like they are now. Like we're getting all this information about these movies and they're barely even in production. Like they just started. And I'm like, are they doing this because they're down bad and their movies have been tanking? Or are they genuinely doing this because they're trying to like increase their presence on social media? I don't know. Because in my opinion, now that I think about it, revealing that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be Doctor Doom, like they could have just saved that. Like if they had just revealed that in the actual movie, that would have been an insane reveal. The fact that they announced that shit like almost 2 years in advance, that's how you know like they really trying to get some money because they did not need to do that. Someone said, "How do you think Power Legacy is going to come out?" I don't know what you mean by is going to come out. You got to be more specific about that. Ever since they brought back the OG heroes pre MCU, hype been going wild. Yeah, I mean, once they, I don't think people understand like how big Robert Downey Jr. is. Like, you could argue he's one of the most popular actors in the industry right now, or ever. You could argue ever. You could argue he's more popular. Like, if he does a movie, people are gonna go watch. Like, he has Denzel level like pull. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to Marvel. So them bringing him back, and then I seen the contract that he got. I think he got like $100 million deal for 2 movies for Endgame and Secret Wars. And then the details of his contract, bro, he had like private jet access, like around the clock security. Like y'all just gotta go Google that shit. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. Um, like Tariq and Tommy line, what's the storyline to it? I have no idea, bro. I don't know. like like again, I'm in the same boat as you guys. Like the show is not even in production yet. So like for me to tell you what the storyline is, we don't even know how Force is gonna end. So I don't have the answers to that. Maguire Maguire but Holland growing on me from his second bro, people can say what they want about Tom Holland. Bro, all his movies have done numbers. Like you could say whatever you want about Tom Holland. You could say Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are better Spider-Man. You could argue they're better actors. Cool. I wouldn't even disagree with that. But all his movies have done better than theirs. All of them. His first movie was at Spider-Man Homecoming. They grossed like $800 million. Hit. Box office hit. His second movie, Spider-Man Far From Home, that grossed like $1.1 billion. Smash, box office hit. The last movie, No Way Home, did almost like $1.3 billion. Hit. His movie, bro, No Way Home is one of the like top 10 highest grossing movies of all time. Crazy. Now, granted, I will say that the last movie, you could argue that they grossed more because they got the other two Spider-Man in there, but either way, it was still a very good movie. Um, I still liked I like Andrew Garfield for Spider-Man the most just because I feel like he brought an emotionality to the character that the other two didn't really bring like that. Like he just his acting was like on another level for me. Like especially when he lost his shawty man, you just felt like damn, bruh. You just felt like damn. Yeah, well, oh yeah, it was 1.9 billion. Yeah, No Way Home almost grossed $2 billion. So yeah, like Tom Holland is he's a box office junkie when it comes to Marvel. All his other projects low key suck. Like I seen Uncharted. Nah. That shit wasn't it. That shit wasn't it. I tried to watch his TV show on Apple TV. Um couldn't get into it. But when it comes to Marvel, he definitely does his thing. But like I said, he does have a chance to redeem himself with this Christopher Nolan movie, The Odyssey. And like hey, I seen the little teaser at the movie theater, and that hey, it's looking like it's it's looking like a hit, bro. Just off that 30-second teaser, I was hyped. I see John Berthol in that joint. I'm like, hold up. Matt Damon in that joint. Hold up. Man, Hathaway. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. That joint about to be crazy. I really think when it's all said and done, Christopher Nolan is gonna go down as like the best director, writer, producer like of all time. Like that man just be coming out with hit after hit after hit. Like shout out Steven Spielberg because I love Steven Spielberg, but Christopher Nolan's movies, bro, like they have like generational impact. You know what I'm saying? Like his movies just hit different. Um, I hated what happened to Gwen. I wasn't ready for that when I first saw it. I don't think anybody was, and I think that made the dynamic in No Way Home crazy because when Zendaya was in that little fall, and then Tom Holland Spider Man was coming to save her, and then he got swooped away. And then Andrew Garfield's character came and saved. I was like, oh, that's fire. That's fire. That's fire. Spielberg, James Cameron, Nolan. Bro, speaking of James Cameron, bruh, I seen the some I don't know if this was like a real quote or not, but they were saying that he said he wants to direct the next three Avatar films. And he's pushing like 70. So people are like speculating, like, bro, are you about to be alive to film me? Knock on wood. Are you about to be alive to film these joints? Because hey, and I'm hearing rumors that they might do a TV show too. So they trying to milk that Avatar shit, man. I'm not gonna lie, the second movie was good, but I felt it was kind of boring. At least the first hour and a half was kind of boring. So we'll see. We'll see. Have you seen Crab and the Hunter? I'm not. Yeah.